Welcome back to another episode of Hey Janeé. I am your host, Janeé Bolden. I'm a creative moving through the world mindfully, and my podcast is my love letter to the world, my way of saying, hey, world. And of course, I want to hear it back.
Hey, Janeé.
Hey,
Hey, Motown.
Fletcher's mom.
Fletcher's mom is right. I know that's right. I have a very special guest today, Moetown Lee. He is one of the founders of One Musicfest and has a very long career in the music industry. He's music manager to many greats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to dig into your stories and learn from you today. I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited too. When you sit down with a friend, that's a natural conversation. So if I say something crazy, just cut it out.
Okay. Maybe we'll cut it out. Maybe we won't. And of course, my illustrious co-host, Zeta Luby, is in the building.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here as always.
Love it. I'm super excited because I start out every episode with a moment of joy. And my moment of joy this weekend was One Musicfest. Hello. I had, actually, it's hard to pinpoint like just a moment. Like after Saturday, I was like, that was so amazing. The whole day. And I actually went to the after party Saturday, which was incredible. It was celebrating 25 years of DTP. I was like, I don't know how they're going to beat Saturday. And Sunday, it was gloomy. It was cold. It was rainy. I messed up and I wore shorts with my rain boots on Sunday. And it was freezing. Yes. But Sunday beat Saturday. It was even better on Sunday than it was on Saturday. You guys really outdid yourselves. This is year 16 for One Musicfest, 25 years of Ludacris, 20 years of Young Jeezy. A lot of people celebrating anniversaries. The Dungeon family, next year is their 30th, right?
Mm-hmm. It was Jagged's 25th. Greg Street's 30th.
Amazing.
So
many great milestones. And even though 16, people wouldn't necessarily think of it as like a milestone year, I'm not going to lie to you. That might have been my favorite one. And I've been, I think, not to every One Musicfest, but I came to Atlanta in 2008 is when I moved and stayed. Because I moved and left in 2005, but I moved and stayed in 2008. You guys started 2009.
Yep. In the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right down the street.
And I remember taking like the bus to see all the stops for the Dungeon family. I remember Drama leading that bus tour where we talked about
that was crazy.
The different important places in Atlanta music scene. You guys have done incredible work. Shout out to Jay Carter as well, and the whole team: Troy, Oronike,
Steve,
Ravi.
Oh yeah. We got a crazy team. Royce, Ravi, Josh, and Rival Entertainment, Sean G and the LNU crew.
Yeah, Live Nation.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah, you all really, you could see the work and effort that goes into it.
It is a lot of work. Listen, when we look back, 16. Then for me, 16, that was the first year we had Dungeon Family.
2016.
Yeah, when Dre actually showed up. 19 was we had DMX.
Yes,
Ross,
I was at 19 was a good year too.
Kurt Franklin.
And didn't Pharrell come out with KP set and Usher came out for KP set?
That was crazy. And then this year was crazy because like what it took. It almost didn't happen. Yeah. Like it almost
I can imagine in this economy, and I know initially people were saying like the crowds are looking like lighter, but when I tell you like there was so much joy, and when people talk about community and unity, and that's what you guys have built. You have built a community, and people, you can feel it in the crowd and the energy and how happy it made people. And when you look on social media and everyone's saying like, and you see that, you know, people use cliches like such and such owes me nothing or whatever, but like it was for real. Like, we were so fed by this experience, and it's been a tough year for everybody. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, and I don't think that, amongst us, like with blacks, we celebrate each other, but we also are toughest
we
critics.
Are.
So people, coming off the heels of what happened with Essence, there was just a lot of comments, a lot of things, and then people, but they just didn't know like how extremely hard in this environment, this economy, with this president and his attack on DEI and then the tariffs, and so with brand partnerships and people pulling out, we really like put it together. Like to be honest, it was just like for us, it was for us to show really how much love that we not only have for each other, but we have for our people. Because, it wasn't, because people think, man, it's just about profit and y'all making all this money. Nah, not this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not ever.
Did you have to lower
lower
the ticket prices this year?
We had to do that, and we did that. A lot of people are like, oh, y'all was struggling with sales. No, we did that because we look around and we see what's going on. And outside of us, being festival producers, we also black people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We coming from, and we also pay attention. We're all like politically inclined to the environment. So we're not gonna go and be like, oh yeah, let's raise prices. If you can't make it, you can't make it. That's just tough. And and we also don't try to pillage the village. Like, we don't take out artists and do certain things. We're like, okay, you still got, you came to One Musicfest every year and you see at least 40 artists. You're going to see 40 artists this year.
Yeah.
We're not going to like give you guys the shorts. We'll just take the shorts.
Damn. Yeah.
So, and sometimes it's hard because you look around and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
What? Like, F these fools.
Right. People are not always appreciative. And like, I saw a few. It's funny because I saw someone complaining about like day of will call type experiences, and they got called out quick. Immediately, someone's in the comments like, you waited till the last day? Like, this is crazy. You guys make the effort to send the wristbands ahead of time. Yeah. We have multiple days leading up to the festival where you can go pick up your wristband in advance. Mm-hmm. There's so many opportunities where you don't have to get in that will call line, And
I'll say this about that, because that was a major issue. And I understand people's plight, but that wasn't an issue that was an issue that was bigger than us. The AWS system went down. It was the second time it went down this week, and we couldn't check, and you can't check people in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we couldn't pull up names, we couldn't do certain things. And we understand
your hands were
people's
tied
issue,
in that situation.
But we did the best. We was just like, okay, well, look, let's figure something out. And we figured it out. But people will still have complaints if they inconvenience for 5 minutes. I get it. Your time is precious, but it wasn't nothing on us. And and so for the next day, we kind of we was like, all right, we don't want this to happen.
For
so
Sunday.
This is what we're gonna do for Sunday, and we did it. It's something we'll learn for next year.
Yeah,
and it's something that people will learn. Like, listen, I will say this: if you have an opportunity, get your tickets, get your bands early.
Yeah. And they offer like payment plans and everything. So if you want to go to the festival, you can start paying for it as soon as the tickets go on sale. And you can pay, I think, what is it, like $19 for the initial payment?
And you can still, it's not like you can still continue to pay even after the festival. We do a lot to try to, alleviate the pain of
because these ticket prices are crazy. Even not even just for festivals, like just regular concerts, going to shows. I feel fortunate to work in this business, so
you don't have to pay. I'm just saying. Man, when's the last time
you actually?
When was the last time you actually had to pay to go anywhere?
I paid to see Outkast at Counterpoint Festival at 99. I think I paid like $99 for that.
That was like 17 years ago.
Was it 17 years ago?
When was it?
When it was whatever that last Outkast tour
2015.
was. So wait, I did pay for Beyonce tickets last year, or like the Renaissance tour. I paid for floor seats, and I paid a lot because I bought them pre-sale with my Amex for the either Amex or MasterCard pre-sale.
I don't think.
And I didn't know that they upcharged with pre-sale tickets. Did you know that? So by the time the concert came, I was actually trying to sell the tickets, and I couldn't even get what I paid for them because the tickets in the section where I was at was like $500. I paid like $1,500.
I think everybody but Jay-Z pays for Beyonce tickets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, they ain't really. She do no comp tour. Like, hey, and people are gonna pay it.
Yeah, I definitely be paying for Beyonce tickets.
I think I've actually paid for shows lately. I paid for Anita Baker. Like,
oh, you love
4
Anita
times
Baker.
in 1 year. New Edition I paid for. I pay for, like, it just depends, because sometimes I'm like, my friends would be like, why you ain't call me? And I'm like, I ain't really want to go through the hassle. Yeah. I'm like, if I like somebody, I'm just going to like,
yeah. I think that is hard to be in a position where you the promoter, the manager, whoever, and there's also 20, 30 other people who are hitting them like, hey, and people, I really want people to kind of be more mindful of how they're doing these things, because people look at it like, oh, you got it, you could do it, but like, you asking for 4 tickets for you and your friends because it's your birthday, like, it's outrageous. Like, I can't even do that.
Yo, Atlanta people be mad, just like privileged here. They call you like the day of, like, I'm outside. I'm like, I'm not coming to get you. Like, this is crazy. Like, you're expecting me to drop what I'm doing and come get you outside. Mm-hmm. It's not a club.
Yeah.
Like, or people be like, can I get tickets? And you're like, all right, I get, and then you send them tickets and it's GA.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's this, man? I want platinum. I'm like, you do realize that's a $2,000 ticket. Like, so you want me to give you $4,000? Like,
right.
No, it's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like, but that's just, I think that's the city. I don't know if it's the city we live in, because if you live in LA or something, you'll get humbled real quick, because people who think they stars, you be like, I'm a star, and then Brad Pitt pull up and you realize, like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You're on the D list.
You're like, damn.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is hilarious. That's true. Talk a little bit about your background coming from LA. I know we got Brill in the booth. He's from LA as well.
He's from LA. I'm from Compton.
Oh. I stand corrected. How much of the previous episode did you hear where we were talking about the Kendrick and Drake?
Oh yeah.
You heard it?
Yeah, I was starting. Yeah, I was in the controversy. Yeah.
Motown said, I'm gonna come to your show, but don't put me in no controversy.
I mean, I'm cool. Listen, because the homie Robbie works with Drake. But he and during the whole
he was.
During the whole thing,
you talking about Robbie Shelton, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
man.
literally, the funny thing is we're literally texting like back and forth, talking crazy to each other. He's like, just drop one. Your boy better be quiet.
Was it that AI shit?
It was, no, he hit, like, we literally, he called me when Family Matters came out. And he called, I was at dinner, and he called, and he was like, yeah, served y'all, this, that, and the other. I was like,
you were like 10 minutes
I was
later.
like, I was like, yeah, he got me. I was like, yeah, he got my boy. That's cool. And it was like 15 minutes later, I literally hit him. He was like, yeah, right. I'm like, he just dropped. He was like, back and forth. And then the crazy thing is, I'm in LA at this time. And so, when not like this was like, so not the next day, I threw like this 70th birthday party for my pops, and Robbie's like he's literally, me, him, and Keenan are texting, and I just get an alert from DJ Head. It was like, stand by. I'm like, stand by. He's like, and I look, I'm like, damn, he dropped. Now I'm playing the music from my phone for the party, which is all old school. My cousins is like, what you looking at? I'm like, Kendrick just dropped. They're like, man, turn the old shit off, man. Play the Kendrick. Dog, we start playing it, and it's just like I'm in Compton, so the whole party is just, we not like us, back to back to back. And we go in the front yard, and it seems like every car that's driving down is playing. I was like, oh, this is the new national anthem right now. Like,
yes.
It's over with. And I was like, Robbie, your boy, man, matter of fact, let me text him. I was like, it was over with. And of course, I was pro Kendrick the whole time, and I also knew like the backstory of all the stuff with with them too, and kind of stuff that
people don't know.
Like, drink do. I'm just like it's over with. And when people ask, like, you think they'll ever be cool? Nah,
no, never.
It'll never.
That song plays everywhere. Yeah. He can't go nowhere, no rest ever.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like LA. It's ironic that LA is playing Toronto in the World Series. So I'm like, I'm not a Dodger fan, but I'm like, come on, Dodgers.
They better, Dodgers.
Like,
you gotta follow suit.
Like, this is all they need.
Do it for Kendrick, Dodgers.
Like, this is all they need. They get this, they're gonna be feeling good about themselves again. Like, nah. So no, but I'm originally from Compton. Started, DJing at a young age. Got a job at went on tour. I should DJ for this dude named Paperboy. He had this song called The Ditty.
Yes, and, do the ditty if you want to. Then I can see if I want you.
So I had that experience, do it, on tour with him. And while on tour with him, I doubled as Pac's DJ. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and then got a job at Priority Records. And at the time, Priority was like the hottest label out.
I remember that era.
So, and then they had No Limit. That's when they just signed No Limit. And so they moved me. Well, they didn't, officially I wasn't supposed to move here. I was supposed to come here for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I came for 2 weeks, and they was like, you want to stay? I was like, I'm never going home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came to Atlanta, and it was just like a different experience. Store, yeah. I was like, damn, man. I'm seeing like black people drive like these kind of cars and living in certain places, and people were talking to you. And I was like, yeah, I'm never going home. And I never moved back.
Wow, that's wild.
And probably never will. And so, just making relationships and stuff, doing the music thing, start working for this label, J-Core, and they had 8Ball and MJG signed there. And at the time, they were banned from radio because when they were at Suave, the dude that was running promotions ended up cussing like the VP of radio. Oh yeah,
and that's real. That happened.
So they got banned, and so my first official, like, they basically was like, we'll give you this. The label's like, we'll give you this job if you can get the band lifted. Mm-hmm. And just working with, at the time, Jerry Smoking B and Sean Taylor were at Radio 1 at Hot, and we got the band lifted, and it was on
it's
ever
up
since.
From there, yeah.
So this was when they had the Pimp Hard. So I'm literally working with them, going on the road with them, doing a promo tour for the label. Then 9/11 hit, and 9/11 hit, and the label went under. And Balden them they were like, look, man, you want to be our manager? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I ain't never managed before. And they was like, look, we're going to put a team together. So it was me and my big brother, Dwayne Martin, and James McMillan, who was like a super powerful attorney. Mm-hmm. And he works with a lot of artists. So we started managing Ball and G. We ended up doing a Bad Boy deal. Got a #1 record there. And then I was just like, I got gassed. I was just like, I'm working with them. I was working with Gucci as well. And I was just like, I had to take a break.
Yeah.
I wasn't really taking care of myself, so my blood pressure and all these things was just, it's like, I had to take a break. Mm-hmm. So me and the guy split, took a break for a while, started doing a clothing line. And then
that was Dap Rugged. Yeah. And that's when we met.
Yeah.
Because I had a column for SOHH called Player Watch. So I was profiling industry insiders. And what I used to do is every time I would profile somebody, I would ask them to suggest some people. So I think, and I actually think Maurice Garland,
Charles, yeah.
Yeah, I think Maurice had given me your information. And then that's how we first linked up. And I was living in LA at that time when I interviewed you. Yeah, so when I came to Atlanta, pretty much my first people I hit up were the people that I had profiled. So Motown has been an amazing big brother to me, and from the very beginning, like, it's like whatever you need, and let me know when stuff is going on. And I always feel included. You had a beautiful 50th birthday party. I felt so special to be invited.
I had a 50th, but I'm going to have a 50th again in like 5 years. I'm going to be 50 again. Mm-hmm. Not just like I embrace my age.
Listen, whatever you want to do, I'm going to co-sign whatever you want to do. Because I understand when I turned 40, when I had my 41st, it was 40 once again. And I was fine until I hit 45, because once you're like over 45, you're officially almost 50. And so now I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm struggling. I don't like.
But I used to like, no lie.
I do like getting older, because if you don't get older, you die. But
I used to have a fear. I used to have a fear of like age. I used to think like I grew up thinking like I was never gonna hit. Like at first I was like, I'm never gonna hit 21. When I'm younger, you know what I mean? Like 20 was just old to me. But in my environment, I was like, man, I remember
that's a real environment.
In middle school, and you had to write like what you want to be when you grew up, and I literally wrote a eulogy. And my teacher was like, "Why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm not gonna be here that long. I'm not gonna be here 21." And then 21 came. It was like a culture shock, and I was like, "Nah, I'm 30. I'm gone." And so every year, every time I hit this, it wasn't until recent years that I'm like, all right, I finally have to, like, I accept that, I'm here. And I was like, man, I'm not.
You have purpose. You're supposed to be here.
People were like, why you have kids? Because I was like, I don't want to have kids because I'm going to die early. I had accepted it. I was like, I don't know what but it was just,
Because of growing up in a gang environment, you think?
It was gangs, and then I saw, by the time I was 21, I literally had it was 40 deaths around me, close. I literally, at 14, I saw my brother die, my uncles. It was just
surrounded
all
by
I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know, this is pre-internet, so outside of if it wasn't for rap music, I wouldn't have even learned a lot of things outside of, what was going on. So I'm living there and I'm seeing, this. I'm Compton. I didn't even go to, we didn't even from Compton, we moved to another area, which was called Rialto in San Bernardino. And this shit was worse than Compton.
Yeah.
So I'm not knowing that, I don't know Hollywood and the beach and all these places, Disneyland. I ain't go to, so I'm like, I just knew the hood.
Yeah.
And this is what I know. So I'm like, damn. And I know my friends is hood and the girls, so that was my environment, so I had accepted it. And when because a lot of us that grew up in the inner city, especially a lot of the black men, we got PTSD. When people talk about PTSD, they only talk about it as it pertains to the military. But we really see certain things, and you
just
really
at home,
suffering, and you had this fear
in your community.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so people don't understand. That's why I'm a
trauma
super
is trauma.
advocate for therapy. People be like, you don't need people don't need therapy. I'm like, nah, you got a lot of trauma to unpack. Because you young growing up in the black community, you see I saw death and all these things, and everybody was like, man, just pray just pray on it. It'll be all right. Or even if you scratch your leg or something, it's get up and keep going. Eventually that shit gonna
it catches up to you.
It's gonna catch up to you.
Yeah.
And as an adult, it finally one day just finally caught up to me. And it caught up to me at a time where I was I wasn't even sad. You know what I'm saying? It was a good times. I'm it caught up to me when the Rams won the Super Bowl. I'm at the Super Bowl and I'm just not happy, right? I'm just and people calling my phone yo, I know you going crazy. You got Dre and Snoop perform. You at the game. And I was like, nah, something is, and that's when I realized something is up.
Yeah.
And I called my partner. Shout out to Ed Garnes. I literally called him. Was like, man, I need to talk to you. He was like, man, I'm feeling something going on with you. And I was like, dog, I can't shake this feeling that shit ain't right. And he was and he asked me a bunch of questions and shit. And he was like, man, you know what? You suffering from anxiety and depression. I was like, what? I don't want to kill myself. I was like, I don't want to kill myself. And he was like, nah, that's not what it is. He was like, that's what people think it is. And so, got into therapy and and it just really helped me unpack things that,
your past traumas. Yeah. So at what age do you think you were before you actually sought therapy?
Oh, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So I was like
late 40s.
Messed up before then. I was, and it affected because it would affect like relationships. I would meet like good women and we would get.
I introduced him to good women. Okay, let me.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, she was married. Shout out her. She's happy and
she's happy. She's happy
married,
now. She moved on. But I was like, I knew I had did something put Motown and Mary together.
That was my dog too.
Yeah.
Did she ever tell you this? Ironic, the Halloween story.
Yes.
The funny. So, me and Janeé's friend Mary went out on Halloween. Mm-hmm. It was ironic because it's Halloween.
Today
and
is.
I was dressed as Rerun.
Uh-huh.
And so we leaving the party, and this bum was like, "Hey man, like, can I get some money?" I was like, "Damn." I gave him $5. He's like, "Damn, that's a dope ass Rerun costume." But you know what? Damn, I ain't never seen Rerun with a bitch.
Oh my God.
He
laughed so hard.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So now I forgot. Yeah,
See?
But that was the thing. Like, so I would meet women, and if they start getting too close, I was like, "Nah, I'm gone."
I feel like this is a common thing. This is a lot of men. I've encountered some men like that as well. Great men, great relationship. Then at some point, put on their skates or the sabotage happens. Like,
yeah. And I didn't like in the it was what I didn't realize is I was actually doing more like damage because I was like still cool with him. I'd be like, push them back.
So it's mixed. And then you're sending mixed signals.
But I still treat them like queens and like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm like, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be in a relationship. I talk to you about your next dude and everything. Y'all good. They like, yo, I hate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize. I was like, damn, this is actually like
it's
toe
fucked up. Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, yo, you picky, this, that. Which I am.
You are very picky.
I am picky. But I also think most people, I don't think other people are picky enough.
Yeah.
People picking.
People take whatever.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever. Like, yo, it works.
I'm definitely like, so I can be picky at times. A lot of times, especially when dating, I'm picky.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
You mentioned before not having kids, but I know you to be like a great uncle. Like you have a community. I wanted you, like, there's so many things I thought about in bringing you on today. Like one thing you talked a little bit about too was just your friends and your circle, whatever. As a woman who is friends with you and friends with most of the guys in your circle, I love y'all brotherhood, the brotherhood that you have with your close male friends and how you guys show up for each other. And not only do you show up, but you document it too. So other people can see this is what community looks like. This is what brotherhood looks like. Can you just talk about how important that is? Like as a man to have brothers, you know, whether chosen or family.
That is important. I mean, even with OneMusicFest, that's how it came about. Like, Jay is my brother. We were born 3 days apart, right? And he came with the idea, and I'm like, I believe in my brother's dream, so we're gonna rock with it.
Yeah.
His kids are my guy kids.
Yeah.
So it's just and because of that, we can go through like the trials because we argue, we disagree, we don't like some things about each other, but it's all family. Like. Me and Jay would only have so much beef because even if me and him if we've never went through a spell where we weren't talking, but even if him and I had problems, like I know that his parents or his wife would like literally be like, we having Thanksgiving over here today, so I don't know what you like. Amiga's his wife will bully me. Like
I love her too.
She bullies me. She's like,
I don't
care what you and Jason talking about. You know you're gonna be over, and so it's like that, and that is important because. You have to, when you look around, you have to have like people who you trust, you believe in, they believe in you, they know you, and they gonna pick you up, when things are down. Like when I went through my cancer thing, if I didn't have like my friends, I don't know where I would be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they would just like come around. It wasn't a thing where like, even if they felt bad that I felt bad, they wouldn't show it.
They wouldn't let you see
like,
it.
They'd come over and be like, damn, you look ugly today, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, yo, dog, like, chill. Like, this ain't the time, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For that. And they like, nah, man, get up. You know what I mean? Like, and so those guys, you know, from like, you know, Corey, Keenan, Bear, and then just a bunch of like, you know, close friends, the ladies, you know, you, my friends Jamie and Brittany, like I'm gonna be the big brother at all times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so most of my friends, if they had kids, I'm either the godparent or the favorite uncle.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, Uncle Motown, we love him.
Yes, we love Uncle. We love Big Bro Mo. We love everybody is.
That's why I think like I'm kind of like I accept it. I don't have kids because then I think like I'm extremely close to my nieces, nephews, and my god kids, my friends' children. Like close enough to like I'll pick them up, and you know if they going through some things with their parents, I literally go pick them up and ride, and we'll have conversations and stuff like that. But if I had my own kids, I don't know if I would be able to spend that much time and put, you know, that in to the community of kids. So I'm like, you know what? Like I accepted that I don't have kids, but you know, all these kids are just like my kids.
No, that makes sense.
So
you mentioned the cancer thing, and we have never spoken about it. You know, I went through watching and knowing and praying and sending you my love and checking in and those type of things, but I don't know the story. So do you feel comfortable telling that story?
So I how I found out, I was in New Orleans, Essence, and it was right before, is it Jeans, the po' boy shop. So I tell my homie like, yo, you gotta take me to Jeans. So we go to Jeans and we eat, and then like the next morning, my stomach is like killing me, and I was like, damn. But this shit don't feel right. So everybody's flying out. I was like, I got to stay a couple more days because I can't fly like this.
Yeah.
I'm knocking out Pepto, all these things. And called the doctor, like, man, he was like, when you come back in town, come see me. So I'm thinking it's severe food poisoning. But I'm like, I need some prescription Pepto because this regular shit ain't working.
Yeah.
So I get home, I go to the doctor, and you know, we run tests or whatever, and the pain subsides. So I'm thinking I'm all right. And he calls me back. He was like, hey, need you to come back in. You know, we need to run some more tests. And I'm like, damn, that's odd. So go back, run more tests. And, you know, when they ran the test a couple days later, he was like, all right, come back. And when you come back, bring somebody in. And I'm like, fuck, I had to bring somebody with me. Like, what's going on, dog? Like, he was like, I'll just come in. So when I go in and talk to the doctor, you know, he tells me, he's like, look at these numbers, look at this, you know, ran the MRI. He was like, so basically, like, you know, you have cancer. You know, it's in a early stage. We called it early. Good thing you came in. But the shocker was like, so after you talk to the physician, you got to go and talk to a counselor, right? And they, you know, but I don't know, like, so I'm kind of positive about it, as positive as I can be, because he's like, it's early, we're going to fight it. Then I go talk to the counselor. And the counselor don't know shit. He just knows you have cancer. They just having this serious conversation with you. So he's like, so she's like, yeah, we need to get your affairs in order, talking about this, and this. And I'm like, hold on. This one just told me it was early. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's not how you talking.
Yeah.
Man, I left that doctor's office, and I'm driving home, and my partner calls me. Either Bear or Garrett called me, and I just had to pull over. He was like, man, what's wrong with you? I was like, I just broke down in tears. Like, damn. Because it was like the first time I actually felt like vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was never afraid of death or nothing, but it was the first time I was like, because I started thinking like, man, I'm the oldest. I take care of my mom, and all these people depend on me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. I'm like, if I leave, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And then it also hit reality. Reality sunk in because I'm like, yeah, I might have made money, but I'm like, damn, did I leave a mark and stuff like this? And so all of that bothered me. All of that, so that whole cancer journey, it was tough, like physically, but then it opened my eyes to a lot of things around. Then it made me passionate about, like, healthcare and politics. As I was serious, but I wasn't as serious about it before.
And now that you've experienced
I had the means to pay for the care, but then I realized there's so many people that
who don't.
didn't,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like I had the best of the best, but other people didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. And I had the best of the best of friends and support, and then as far as money. So I went through it. It was a tough time, because then, like, right after, like, they literally told me I went to remission.
Yeah.
I went to remission on February 26th. And then, like, literally 2 weeks later, my brother passed. Nip passed, and my brother literally passed an hour after Nip.
Oh, my God.
Like, so I was like, this shit was crazy. And I think that's, what started the whole mental thing. Like, just, like, but it was a tough journey. But it wasn't as, like, it could have been tougher if I didn't have, like, the means to pay for it.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have the support. But it was tough because, I finally had to let people in, too. I ain't really let people in before that. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, I'm going to go. Because at first I was like, I'm going to go through this shit. I ain't going to tell nobody. Nobody going to know, like, whatever. But I realized, like, you can't. The last thing you try to do is go through this shit alone. Because, like, you can physically feel okay, but mentally you need, like, people around you that support you and stuff like that. My friends stepped up. They literally got, these. They hired a chef that, like, specialized in like in
is it like alkaline cooking?
Yeah, I did an alkaline diet. Shout out to Chef B, and so I did that, and they was just meals and just a bunch of shit. So it helped a lot.
No, I've been inspired just to see your health journey too, because I think we all kind of, we have our little things here and there where, we're not all Zeta. She goes hard with the diet and the gym.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
But you also 22 though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So she has, and she got the genetics working for her. But I think we all, we all could be better in certain things, but it really, like, I think inspires me to see you doing better for yourself. And like, you should know, I need you around. I want you around, your community. Of course they show up for you. You are who you are. You've been community for so many other people. And I think even like with this show, like, such a big part of it for me is community, like bringing my community in to sit down with me and talk. I have a community of, like, excellent people who have done excellent things and like who have shown me love and who have, been there for me and support whatever I need. If I need advice, if I need help, if I need, tickets. But don't ask my big bro for tickets, okay?
I don't think
you don't all deserve the privilege.
I think y'all know how sweet she is, though. She's like the nicest. I think people be like, they get the nicety version, but she be like so nice. Because there's times where, like, somebody did something to her, and I was like, oh, I'm finna call the homies. Like, she was like, let's just forgive him.
No, because because literally, he's a Crip. He said, call the homie, or he was a Crip. He's like, don't say it.
You're out there now.
So he said, call the homies. So some people would have said, I know y'all seen Menace to Society. Y'all would have said, do it, right? My thing is, his homies go do something for me, and then somebody gets hurt. His homies get hurt, or someone else gets hurt who didn't deserve it, who doesn't have anything to do with this person.
But everybody doesn't care about that. You're different.
Everybody doesn't care about that.
Not care
but
about
I
that.
believe in karma, and I believe, like,
but they are, at the time that the karma was already, they were getting, they were going to get their karma, but it's cool now. So it's like, it's fine. Nothing happened. Karma got him in the other way. But he don't even know.
But I believe in, listen, because the Lord said vengeance is mine, right? And that's how we're raised. So I was raised in that way, like, let God get the vengeance. And and that might even be worse. And,
I say let God get them, but sometimes you gotta
like it's kind of like when Satchel was here and he was talking about you gotta like you're not gonna play with me like that. Like you're gonna know who I am. And I think at the end of the day, like you're never gonna get over when you hurt a good person. Like you're never gonna, you know what I'm saying?
I get past it, but I'd be like, I think Kevin Gates was on the Breakfast Club, and he was like, I pray for you, I wish you well. He was like, nah, fuck.
I wish you well. He said, yeah. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I don't wish everybody well. Some people I wish hell, okay, and
I'm also a Gemini, so sometimes I'm gonna wish you well, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, die. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I'm a Taurus, so it's literally like you poke the bull until you get the horns. But like you can poke, and I think that's the thing is like it's to a certain extent. But I think for me, most situations where I see that there's negativity, I just remove myself, and I have to do what I have to do to remove myself from the situation. So I appreciate you looking out, and anybody watching, just know. It ain't too late for me to change my heart. I still got a big bro that can call the homie.
Everybody that did something that's sitting at home looking at this shit like, they talking about me.
They probably are. Listen, hey, it's been a pleasure having you up here. I have a couple orders of business that I got to get to before we close out.
Okay.
One of them is a C-Stream skip. Every episode, I like to let people know some good things that they could go check out in pop culture. Obviously, One Musicfest, if you missed it, you missed it. You just gonna have to catch it another time. Oh, that's what we didn't talk about. I wanted to ask about that the light show, the drone show.
Oh, that was crazy.
Did you know that was coming, or was
so we knew because we had to get they literally talked to us about FAA clearance and had to go through.
That's amazing, incredible.
It was. I ain't gonna front. Luda, like, Shaka was talking crazy for like weeks. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show y'all." I was like, "Yeah, right, man, whatever." He was like, watch. And I was like, whatever. You know, I love Chris. I love Shaka and Jeff and them. Yeah. But I was like, he's just talking shit. Literally after the show, I had to be like,
you had to give him an answer. You're like, look at y'all. Right. So the most incredible drone show that I've ever seen in my life. It was amazing. I'm sure you've seen the images on social media now, but y'all know now. Y'all are put on notice. Start saving your coins now. One Musicfest. Year 17 is coming. It's around end of October every year. You got time. Save your money.
Working on some.
They working on something. And you might even see some other stuff that One Musicfest is working on. Oh, yeah. We've been talking behind the scenes, so we'll see. You might see me stick my head in there a little bit and do what I do. But yeah, so I'm gonna get into C, Stream, and Skip. So for C, I am recommending to go see the film Now You See Us, Now You Don't. It's a film about magicians, and this is the third one in the third installment, but has a stellar cast. They're doing magic tricks, but they're also pulling off some things behind it. It's dope. Just trust me.
Yeah, I saw one of them.
Trust me, go recently. See it. For Stream, if you have Prime Video, watch the movie Hedda, starring Tessa Thompson, and it was directed by another sister, Nia DaCosta. You're not going to know what the heck is going on at first, but you're going to be like intrigued because Tessa, she's like got this magical ability about her. It's like set in this on a party, and she's a wife of an academic, a professor. He wants her on his arm to help him, basically among his colleagues. She's lifting his esteem, but she's doing a lot behind the scenes. Like, I don't want to say Hedda was a hoe, but Hedda had put in some work before. But not just that, the cinematography is incredible. The way the film is done, it's shot beautifully. It's one of those that you are going to want to watch more than one time because there's so much going on, but it's very subtle, and just the writing is impeccable. As a writer, I love that stuff. For this week's skip, I'm skipping Self-Doubt. We don't have time to second guess what God has already confirmed, okay? Do not doubt yourself. There is greatness within you. Whatever you want to do, you have the tools to do it and get it done. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, I think that ties in perfectly to today's conversation with the incomparable Moetown Lee. I'm going to get to my affirmation. And I say, today I choose joy. Not because everything is perfect, but because my peace is worth protecting. And so I want you all to choose joy. Whatever you have going on, I know it can be a lot, but make the choice to be happy and do whatever you have to do to find that happiness. I know I'm not trying to belittle, challenges. We're all going through stuff. This is a really, really tough time, but talk to the people you love. Talk to the people who love you. Talk to the people who... When people hit you and they say, "Hey, how are you doing?" No, don't just say, I'm cool.
I'm
cool. Maybe you could say, you have a minute, give them a call, see if you can hang out, do whatever you need to do. But don't do it by yourself if you don't have to. You could, like I said, choose joy, make that joy, be the joy. Motown, you have been a joy in living form for me throughout my life for the last 15, 20 years. And I want you to continue being that. Please, if you ever need me, I'm always here. I didn't even anticipate doing a write-up on One MusicFest this year. They made me a media influencer. So I was just doing content before and after. And while literally 7 p.m. on Sunday, I got a text message from Black Enterprise. Can you cover One MusicFest? So
it's ironic. I'm here.
Yes. Perfect. It ended up being any way I could be a blessing to you. I always want to be that.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming.
I need to get like some skin regimen. Like, look at your look at your skin.
I'll send you to Kim. Her name is Kim Trent. Kim Bella is the business name. She does facials in Sandy Springs, and she's been giving me facials since I think the last 7 years. Oh, wow. Once a month I get a facial. So if you're wondering why I say I'm 47 and I look like I'm whatever age, we're not going to pick one, but because I like to hear the guesses. Sometimes I get 28, sometimes I get 35, but I love to hear it. But your skin looks great too.
It's got better. But look, you ain't got no mark. I'm like,
y'all
damn.
both look young, so let's
thank you. From the 22-year-old.
Y'all both look young.
From the 22-year-old.
Y'all both look young.
We'll take it. Well, this has been my love letter to the world, my way of saying, hey, world. And of course, I want to hear it back.
Hey,
Janeé.
Yay.